Hey, everybody. This is Jason Watkins, Hall of Fame College Football Podcast. After Bryce and I were finished shooting the front seven episode for our picks for Friday, Thursday evening, found out that his wife was indeed having some complications with her pregnancy. They were going to induce her labor. It's just about 3 weeks early, I think, of her due date, so everything should be fine. It's just under precautions that they're doing this, but I'd like to take this time to ask that I know Bryce has a lot of fans and friends out there that would want to be able to pray for him and his family right now. Bryce is my brother as far as I'm concerned, and I certainly would love anybody who cares about us to say a quick prayer for Tori, for Bryce, for their young family, and keep her safe during this delivery, as well as the baby, and do just all that you can, Lord, to keep them safe. I know that you can. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. Thank you, folks. Welcome back to the Hall of Fame College Football Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. I am back with the frenemy, Mr. Bryce Pinson. And if you love college football, you are definitely in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss one moment of the Hall of Fame College Football Podcast.
Stop.
What?
Why can't it be an orange subscriber button? Why does that have to be red? This is bull.
Red. It's red.
Bro, I mean, this is all about Oklahoma all the time. This is bull crap.
Are you serious? Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
all
why
it is.
Stopping me now. Oh, man.
Yeah. Why can't it be an orange one? Burnt orange subscriber button.
You know what? Instead of like what you ought to do is you ought to help pay attention to like what's behind me. So rather than, screwing around about this, you could be helpful.
Hey, bro. My shoulders are hurting right now from carrying this podcast last week in the picks.
Well, yeah, I get it. So
because what I go 6-1,
he goes 2-5 1 week, 2-5-2 the next, and so he talks some trash.
Time out. Did I lose that Oklahoma game?
You lost it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oklahoma, and I told
you sure?
that I wasn't. That they will not.
Are you sure?
Now all you did was make sure they're never on the picks again.
I think I won. I think I went 6-1. Because anytime Oklahoma loses, I think I won.
Folks, it is Red River Rivalry Week. Obviously, us Oklahoma fans are definitely licking our wounds this week after 2 back-to-back ridiculous losses. It sucks. It sucks a lot. And it sucks really to like be going into this game feeling like you don't have much of a chance because of the fact that Dylan Gabriel's pretty likely not to play. There's some talk about around the team that he might. I feel like that's probably them trying to throw Texas off the scent that maybe, they're not going to play somebody who never plays. Yeah, it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal.
Are you done?
But the good news is there's been a lot of times where in this game where the team that's supposed to win doesn't. So we'll see what happens. Boomer
the tables have turned.
Yeah, it sucks a lot. It sucks a lot. I hate you right now. I hate you a lot.
Guys, do y'all remember one of the early podcasts where he gave ESPN such a fit for putting Texas above Oklahoma in the polls? He's like, this can't be right. This is bull crap.
ESPN sucks, bro.
ESPN was right. Matter of fact, I think they're probably
ESPN's
always
only
right.
Whatever, bro. Whatever, man. I'm not going to go into this with you. We're going to do our week 6 of the front 7 picks. Tanya is unavailable, so we will throw her picks in there at the end. But at the end of the show, we'll throw them up there for you to see. She also went 5-2 a week ago. That's back-to-back weeks for Tanya, 5-2.
You might want to take her picks.
Yeah, she's killing it. So she's 13-8 overall. Bryce is coming in, bringing up the rear still at 10-11. I'm 12-9.
Well, you got to – I mean, I had a good week. And time out. You said 10-11? I think I'm 11-10 because I think I won that Oklahoma game.
No, you're not.
I think I did.
He's gonna stay on this. He didn't. He picked Oklahoma. They got boat raced. We could just that may be a win for him. That may be. I
think it was. I think I'll take him again this week. So that'll be my first choice. First pick.
At the freaking window, you would have lost that. So let's just go from there. All right.
But did I win?
So because I went 3-4 a week ago, I did not. It wasn't really a pretty sight for me. Overthought myself with the Alabama game. Baylor didn't come through. I'm eating crow on Oklahoma State as well this week. Texas A&M sucks a lot.
Jason's having such a good week.
Yeah, it's a bad week. Iowa State lost too. Hey, listen, all I'm going to do is I'm going to readjust for this and, go from there. So I will pick first, seeing as how
you probably should.
I brought up the rear last week. Again, still 12-9. I'm still hovering around 60%. So I'm good. Now, first one out of the blocks this week. I've been hearing a lot about, and one thing I do know, we've got this Iowa at Illinois game. Iowa plus 3.5 at Illinois. Illinois coming off of a big road win at Wisconsin a week ago. It actually got Paul Chryst fired for him losing that game to Brett Bielema, who is the coach at Illinois. Now, Iowa, they just struggle to score anything, though, but they're getting 3.5 here. I really feel like, they still suck. Illinois, all day long. I'm going to go with the home team here. And
you're taking Illinois?
Yeah, I'm taking Illinois.
I was about to say, bro, if you went Iowa, go. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, go ahead. No, I wanted everybody to think that's where I was headed, but no way, dude. I watch football too.
I've been on this team for a while, man, and I keep going back to the well. This is one of my games too, Jason, and here's how I see the game playing out, man. You have probably, one of the worst offensive football teams in the country with Iowa.
Right.
One of the worst offensive teams. Then you have two great defenses. Illinois may have the best defense in the conference, bro.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. They are disgusting good on defense.
I have in my notes, Iowa won't score a touchdown. They won't score a touchdown.
They've only scored like 10 points twice, I think, in the whole season. So
this is going to be – I think this is going to be an ugly game. It's going to be ugly, but the difference is –
it's always ugly. It is always ugly.
But this is the difference in the game. The difference is while Iowa can't score, Illinois has the number one running back in the country. And they have a quarterback who's like 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like the dude doesn't make mistakes. The offense can move the ball. I think they probably score 2 touchdowns and the game ends 14-6 off 2 field goals from Iowa, and they cover the spread at that. They may win the game 7-0 or 7-3, and that still covers the spread.
Listen, and Bielema loves to do stuff just like that too. Run the ball. They won't put the ball in the air hardly at all. I would say if you're somebody who likes to watch the ball get thrown around, you should skip this game. This is going to suck for that.
I probably wouldn't watch it.
No, I'm not going to watch it. I don't want.
There ain't no way.
I'll pay attention to what's going on the scoreboard because there's one of our picks, but that's it. I hate Big Ten football. Aside from watching Ohio State, I don't watch any of it. So, anyway, all right. Next up would be you for your first pick of the day.
All right, sweet. So I'll go with the one. You know what? I'm going to get this one out of the way because I know you're going the other way. So this week we got more games to choose from because I complained to Jason enough. And I actually have 6 games I really like and one that I like a little bit. So usually I have about 3 or 4 But this week, so I'm going to get the one out of the way that I'm, least sure about. And I think Jason's going the other way, but I want LSU at home against Tennessee. Tennessee is LSU's little brother. They have been for years. 3-0 in the last 3 seasons with an average score of 28-10. It's a hostile environment down there. So I've made, I have dominated fantasy football off of taking guys that everyone is done with. And you know what? LSU, everyone is done with them. They don't like the coach. They don't like the situation. They don't like all the bullcrap. Hey, I love it. Give me the value and give me the points at home. And let's go.
Okay.
I'll take LSU.
Okay. Listen, I think it's valid what you had to say there. I also would think that, and particularly since how going through what I'm watching happen in Norman, where this is a new system, a new team, a new coach. It's, the players are there. But what I can tell you is that this is not the same LSU team that we've been watching. Now, even last week, or last year, LSU was pretty bad. But I do feel like they're really – here's where I'm at. I feel like Tennessee is on fire. They have played out of their mind good at each week. Hendon Hooker right now to me is probably number 1 in the Heisman race. If anything,
Really?
maybe 2 to CJ Stroud. Hendon's been playing amazing football, carrying them on his back. And they've got a good running game. That offense is just unbelievable. On top of that, their defense is real improved over the last few years. So it's probably going out on a limb here. I just don't trust LSU and the way things are going there. I think that when it gets tight, they kind of struggle a bit. So they're given 3. I see Tennessee probably winning this by 4, maybe 7, but I could be wrong. But I certainly wouldn't be able to go with LSU. There's just no way. So,
and let me give you a little help too. This is the only thing that this is what hurts me. I love LSU, but this is why I told you I kind of like it and I don't love it, is because Tennessee has 1 extra week to prepare. They didn't have a game last week. They've had an extra week to prepare for this game, and that's scary to me at all.
And
times
Josh Heupel has proven that he won at UCF. He was winning in his first year last year. The only thing that they weren't doing was playing defense. I think that they've addressed that. This is an SEC football program again, and there was a time that they were nobody's little brother. It's been a while, but there was a time they were nobody's little brother, and I can guarantee you they would love to have heard that from you just now, heading into tomorrow, calling them little brother.
Well, if we had more viewers, maybe they would get to hear it. Yeah, come on, people, let's get it up to them. Come on, Tennessee
folks,
people, get mad at me.
Thank you for bringing me to that point, folks. We are definitely we are adding viewers. In fact, we added 15 just over the last couple of days. We are glad to have you new subscribers. If you like what you're seeing and you're getting any kind of value at all out of this, even if it's just intrinsic value of fun, because we're fun, folks, hit that like, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. And also something else. Look, I know everybody loves their favorite team's gear. I'm guilty of it myself. We are now partnered up with the number 1 team merchandise company in the world, Fanatics. All you have to do, if you would like to help support the show, you can also add to your wardrobe at the same time. It's just all you got to do, go to our website, hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. Hit that Fanatics button on the bottom. It's just their logo, a blue logo. If you hit that, it'll take you straight to the page. Right now, 65% off if you use the promo code that's provided there on the screen. That helps us. We get a small commission for everything that you do by going through our site. But also, just for going through our site, you are going to get a big discount. Right now, they're doing up to 65% off on everything in the store. Doesn't matter if you love the NFL, college football, hockey. Hockey's on its way back as well. I mean, we're talking. There's a lot. If you're a big fan of, I don't know why you'd be on this channel if that was the case, but if you are a big fan of the English Premier League, you can find your gear on Fanatics.
What do you mean why you wouldn't be on this flipping channel? I love the Premier League. I love football. I can love all football, whether it be football or football. Don't be talking trash about soccer. Go back to your spill, but my goodness. Just trash on the whole country and everything.
I'm not even doing
that. Y'all believe this guy?
Fact, I know the name of the freaking league, so I like it too. I was just saying, you're not going to get a whole lot of soccer watchers that are on the college football pick'em show.
I bet you will.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
They can watch both. Okay, sorry guys, you can't watch both. You can only watch football.
Yes, you can. I watch both. Hey, go Man U. Shut up.
I like Liverpool.
Here we go. The other thing, just so that we're there, so that I make sure they get this out also. Check out our Otis Taylor store at on. That's going to be in the show description. It's a long website name, so I'm not going to bother with that. But it's on our spread shop. That actually is going to, we're not going to make $1 off of anything that we make off of that store. But if you go on, you can get a shirt just like our Way Past Due shirt that I'm wearing right now. It actually helps us. We're in the middle of doing a documentary for Otis Taylor to get into the Hall of Fame. We, as I said, we missed out on getting him in this past year. It's very important to us to get him in, and you can help out that effort for promotion along the way as we start working on that again for this next year. Anyway, okay, next up. Okay, it's my second pick coming. Let's go with, this South Carolina-Kentucky game. I kind of hate. This is probably the one I feel the least good about, except that I really like Kentucky and I really hate Spencer Rattler. I don't hate Spencer Rattler. I just don't think he's very good. They're at home. They're laying 6. But I like Kentucky here. I know they got beat a week ago. They did cover. Just as I expected that they would. That was one of your losses, wasn't it? Kentucky's a big-time team, though. Kentucky's a big-time team, and Mark Stoops has done his job there for sure. I like this. I like that there. But, I also think that, it could easily be inside of that 6. So if I was leaning on any of them, it's this one. But I'll take Kentucky on that one for now. And moving on. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so in this game, that's actually my second favorite bet right there. I'm going Kentucky over South Carolina, swallowing the points. What do you have, 7.5? Is that what it is?
It's actually 6 is what I was showing.
Oh, you're showing 6? Mm-hmm. I thought it was 7.5. Figure out what that line is. I don't care. I got them up to 7.5. I like it. And the reason I like it, one, so Kentucky can run the ball. They can. Yeah. And they've actually got a few running backs. I think that Gonzalez kid, though, what's his name? I'm not even going to go there. You know what? Let me just start all over. Kentucky can run the football. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Yeah, South Carolina can't stop it. I think they're giving up like an average of 180 rushing yards a game. 180. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to run the ball down their throat. And then on the other side of the football, you got this guy named Spencer.
And this is what Kentucky does.
On the other side of the football, you got this guy named Spencer. Let's talk about what he does. He turns the ball over. So they're going to turn the crap out of the ball over. I love it, man. Spencer's a turnover machine. South Carolina can't stop the run, and I love this game. It's my second favorite game. And, yeah, Kentucky's going to win this by a few touchdowns.
Cool. I don't feel as good about it now since you're going with me on all these.
We didn't talk before, people. We did not.
Let's just hope that Tanya kind of goes the other way on a couple from one of us, and
start putting in her ear that South Carolina is solid.
Well, I think we might need to derail her either way somehow, because she's on a tear. All
Maybe
right.
send her some of that what is it? That fan gear over to her. That stuff, with some South Carolina hats and things.
Give her a little bit of love on that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little South
Not a bad
Carolina
idea.
candle.
That's a good one. All right. So yeah, that's 3. So going to your next one. Go ahead.
All right, sweet. So this is my 6th least favorite, or like if I'm going in order, my 6th favorite bet, which I still like this one. So North Carolina State -3 over FSU, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 meetings against FSU. I'm not saying they're their big brother or anything like that, but against the number, they've dominated FSU. FSU, we established this last week. That quarterback, without being able to run as good as we think he can, you know what I'm saying? Taking away his wheels is a problem. I think FSU's still overrated. And give me NC State. I'll take them -3.
Okay. I did not go with this one on this game. I was actually right there with you on that. I'm not, especially with NC State being at home, I really kind of liked this one too. As far as I don't think that Florida State's all the way back yet. I did not trust in NC State a week ago to go into Clemson and win. I think that bared out is exactly the way we expected it to. They played pretty well for a while, ended up falling off at the end. But at home, they're a different animal. And I still don't think that Florida State is right where they probably will be in the next year or two, I would think. I think that they're still a year or two away. But I think they're definitely on the way back, but they're just not there yet. I like NC State there as well. I didn't pick it as far as one of my 7, but I'm with you on that one as well. All right. Now it's me. Let's see. Let's go with probably one of the bigger games of the week, and I think this is one that I'm kind of scratching my head about. And it's Notre Dame taking on BYU in Las Vegas. BYU's lost the one game this season at Oregon, which, coming off of a big win over Baylor at home, you could see where they had a letdown there. They started off real ugly, kind of made it a game for a while, but Oregon at Autzen Stadium is a different animal than they are anywhere else. So I could have seen why they lost there. They haven't been pushed other than that game, though. You know what I mean? Even the Baylor game, they pretty much controlled it. Notre Dame, on the other hand, really hasn't played well all year. So they're giving 7 points to BYU on a neutral field. I guess there's a lot of BYU fans in Vegas. There are a lot of BYU fans in Vegas. But so they're kind of thinking of this as this is more of a home game for them, I think, if anything. I don't understand this line at all. It kind of concerns me that's where that's where Vegas is at. But I'll definitely take 3 points and go with BYU on this because I just think they're a better football team. I just don't think much of Notre Dame. I just don't. And I know they've played better the last couple of weeks. I just don't think much of them. So, BYU.
If I was going to bet it, I would probably bet it with you. I would go BYU, but I don't have anything for this game.
Okay. All right, then give us your next one.
All right, sweet. Let's talk some basketball. All right.
UCLA.
No. So I'm going to take the North Carolina Tar Heels +4 over Miami. Both of these teams cannot play a lick of defense. None.
That's true.
There's no defense here. Miami's defense is just as bad. They're both teams. Let's not forget that.
Right.
Miami couldn't stop Middle Tennessee passing the ball. Middle Tennessee. They scored touchdowns of like 60, 70, 8 on like 3 different plays, touchdowns of over 60 yards passes. And then they had like another 70 or 80-yard bomb that they completed. What the Middle Tennessee against the U.
Mm-hmm.
So now let me tell you something about UNC. Them boys can put up numbers throwing that ball around.
They're going to score.
They're going to score. And I know it's 4. It's only 4. I feel like UNC wins this game. But either way, it's going to be close, man. No one – I mean, UNC's – I said that Miami couldn't stop the pass. Well, UNC's top 10 in the pass. That's what they do. They throw the ball around. Yeah. Top 10 nationally in the pass. I like it, man. I think that this is a matchup nightmare for the Hurricanes.
Right. I didn't get on this game. I was definitely – I think I probably should be on this game, actually. But I'm with you on that. I think that Miami kind of has reverted to the mean of who they are in the last 10, 15 years this year. I think that they should have beaten A&M 2 weeks ago when they were there. They didn't. They lost to Middle Tennessee the week after that. I mean, this is bad. Even at home, I would definitely not trust them at all, particularly with a team that can put up the points that Carolina can put up. I definitely would be with you. I'm not betting it, but I definitely would. If I was going to put my money anywhere, it would definitely be on Carolina, not Miami right now. I think that Miami definitely with Mario Cristobal is going to be very good in the future. Not today.
You see a trend here?
Okay.
I hear this trend coming out of, Jason's voice of these new coaches that are coaching bad, that he's hoping to get better. Bro, Oklahoma.
Well, I think that Mario Cristobal's a little bit. Well, the difference here is that Cristobal has proven in other places that he can be a head coach. If you're talking about Oklahoma here, Brent Venables has not. He's been a great offensive or defensive coordinator, but he's not been a head coach anywhere. And while I would hope the recruiting that they're doing at Oklahoma has been great, but that being said, I feel good about Oklahoma moving forward, but I don't. But I feel better. I mean, what we're talking about with Cristobal, I feel better with him because of the fact that he's done it at Oregon. He did it at Memphis before that, Virginia Tech before that, or after that. I mean, this guy's won everywhere he's been. So I think that, I don't see as where Miami shouldn't do, and they're dumping tons of money into the program. So why wouldn't they get better? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Anyway, okay. So that is, we've both, I believe you've got 5 in. I've only got.
You should have
4.
5 as well.
I've got 4.
Okay.
So this will put me 5. Maybe. No, I do have 5. You're right. Okay. Yeah. So let's go with the next one here. I'm going to go with, okay, West Coast game, man. This is, I think a lot of people are sleeping on UCLA here. This team is undefeated. They had one kind of ugly win that they had earlier in the season, but UCLA they're number 2 in the Pac-12 on defense. They have one of the best offenses, and I believe that they are completely overlooked when you start talking Pac-12 football. Everybody talks about SC, everybody talks about Utah, and everybody talks about Oregon, and nobody's saying anything about UCLA. They are hosting Utah at home, getting 3.5 points. I think that they get that. I think they win outright, actually, and giving them 3.5 points. I think Chip Kelly is definitely still one of the best college football coaches around. He has changed this program tremendously. I mean, they almost beat Utah a year ago as well, and that was in Salt Lake. So
was it?
So I like UCLA there. Yep.
Okay. Well, what does my boy Lee Corso say? Not so fast, my friend.
And you know how I feel about Utah, though, bro. You know how I feel about Utah. You know how I feel about their coach. I mean, this is a team.
So here you go. Jason said they're 4-0. So I was pulling up the schedule as fast as I could. They beat Bowling Green. They beat Alabama State. They almost lost. They almost lost to South Alabama. They won by 1 point. And they beat Colorado. Oh, sorry. And they actually beat one good team, Washington. So they beat Washington.
That was a big win.
Whoop.
And
Yeah, that one win was a big win. But the other four, whoop-de-flippin'-do. Okay? Let me tell you something real quick. UCLA.
Utah get beat by Florida, who can't beat anybody.
In week 1. And that's why I get this value. This game was -9 at the beginning of the year. Now it's -3. Are you kidding me right now? Check this out. Whittingham, we talk about him all the time, Jason. We talk about him all the time. Yeah, Chip Kelly. I know, but let me tell you something about Whittingham that you might not have known. Your boy Chip Kelly, who you say is a great coach, ever since he showed up to UCLA, do you know what his record is against Whittingham and what the average score of those football games are?
He's 1-4.
You want to talk about little brother. This dude kills him by 30-point average in the last 3 games. 30. 3 points ain't enough, bro. Utah's going to stomp a flipping mud hole in UCLA because this team should have made the playoffs.
At the Rose Bowl.
They got one loss. I don't care. Who shows up to the Rose Bowl when UCLA plays? Nobody. This ain't USC. This is UCLA. That Rose Bowl is going to be empty.
You do realize it's the other way around, right?
I don't care. It'll be empty. It'll be empty.
UCLA fans do show up. USC fans do.
Okay, whatever. It don't matter. The game's going to be empty. No one's going to be there. It's at 12:30. People rather watch their dog than watch football. They'll be on the beach surfing, and Utah's going to stomp a freaking mud hole in UCLA. That is my best bet. That is my favorite bet.
Perfect, because it's going to look bad. It's going to look even worse after this.
Ooh, you know what? Let's make sure we clip this little spot, and next week when we're making our picks, put it right in there. Win or lose. Because I know I love this game.
You got Utah. All right.
-3.
So that's 6 for me, 6 for you, I believe. Yep. Okay. All right. So the next, I'm going to go again because I've got 2 left and Bryce just has 1. So let's go. You know what? This probably definitely going to watch this one. Grudge match time in College Station. You have I don't know what happened to my light, but it just went out. Anyway, it's grudge match time in College Station. All the Jimbo and Nick Saban fighting that's been going on over the past 7-8 months, where you've got over the recruiting. Saban saying that Jimbo bought his whole team. He did, and he's been buying them up again this year as well. But it turned into a big rout. Of course, A&M won the game a year ago as well in College Station. They held on and won that one. The other thing is that Bryce Young is hurt. He's got a sprained UC joint. It would lead you to believe that I might want to pick A&M here. I don't give a shit who the hell they play at quarterback. Alabama's going to roll in this game. They're going to beat the brakes off of Texas A&M. I don't see 24.5 ain't enough. They probably win by 50. This because you don't see Nick Saban let off the gas here after everything that was said in the offseason between these two guys. I think no matter what, these guys go. I mean, and their backup quarterback's actually pretty good too. So, it's Alabama. We're not talking about anybody, just any old team. They've got a good backup situation there. Even if Bryce Young doesn't play, they beat the brakes off these guys. And the only decent quarterback that A&M's had all year, he's hurt too. So I don't see how they, coming off of a win, revenge time for a lot of reasons. I'll lay those points all damn day. Alabama. That's probably my most secure pick. But anyway, what do you think?
Last week, this dude was like, "Oh, Alabama can't score. They can't even score, guys." And I was like, Jason, I think I would I wouldn't bet them, but I like Alabama here. He's like,
I get it.
They can't score.
Shut up.
Can't do it. And now all of a sudden he's like, I'll lay a million points with the roll. The only thing missing from your speech.
This is a different thing. This is a different deal, though, bro. Come on.
The whole deal on this one
is a different thing.
The only thing missing from your speech right there is Roll Tide. You should have just said it. Roll Tide. That's what you should have said. Change your damn hat.
You know how much I hate Alabama.
Is that an Alabama hat? It's the same color.
No, it's not.
Roll Tide.
So I hate Alabama, but I don't like A&M any more than I like Alabama either. And I certainly cannot stand Jimbo Fisher. I don't like Nick Saban either. But I do know this. Nick Saban wins these games. When you beat him, and you not only that, but he beat him on the recruiting trail by outspending, and then got basically called a cheater by Jimbo as well. I think he's going to rub it in here. I just see that happening. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I know you're not betting it.
Dude, I got no clue, man. I just know there are great football players on both sides of this game. There's probably better football players on the side of Bama. If Bryce Young doesn't play, that is a bold statement to say they're still covering that spread, because it's not like they're a bunch of chumps.
He's going to play, I think
20-something points, bro. I mean, usually, yeah, but Texas A&M's known to play Alabama close and beat Alabama. They're one of the only teams in the SEC. They beat Alabama more than Georgia has in the last freaking 10 years. Like, I ain't touching this game.
Right. I get it. Okay. So you can go with your last pick, and then I've got one more to go.
All right. I'm going back to basketball. We're going to take the Duke Blue Devils -3 against Georgia Tech. It's in Atlanta. So Georgia Tech, I feel like they have this line because they beat Pitt. They've looked like trash all year. I don't know, man. They won a turnover battle. That's what they did. They were like 3-1 on the turnovers, and I think this line is a huge overreaction.
I know the week I saw them, they looked god awful.
Yeah, so I think this line's a huge overreaction to Georgia Tech's win last week or their game last week, and yeah.
Listen, they barely Duke on the road at Kansas. Kansas is 5-0.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Duke beat Temple, Northwestern, and Virginia. Their only losses to Kansas. Mm-hmm. Like, Duke is pretty good, bro.
That's
-3. Yeah, that's a gimme, I think.
Yeah, I think you're definitely picking smart ones this week. I like it.
I'm picking smart ones every week because you let me actually pick them. You didn't pick all the games to make it hard. Only rivalry games, Bryce.
Okay. All right. Next up. My last one. This is actually, we're going to go back to the Big 12. I don't think anybody saw this coming, where you were going to have two teams in the Big 12 being undefeated at 5-0. TCU coming off their monster win over Oklahoma last week. They're giving 6.5 points on the road at Kansas, who also had a big win over Iowa State a week ago. Look, I keep thinking maybe we're going to see Kansas kind of fall back to the mean. They're not. Lance Leipold has taken a hold of this program. And in fact, it's actually 7 is what it's showing on there at MGM. So it's going to be 7. They're getting 7 points at home with another one of those top Heisman contender guys at quarterback with Jalen Daniels. I don't understand it. I think that I like TCU after what they did, but the truth of it is, I think that they may have just looked that good because Oklahoma's defense is trash. We talked about it. 1,177 yards in the last 2 weeks. Oklahoma's
Sooner.
1,177 in 2 weeks. That is not good. That's worse than it was when Lincoln was there. I don't understand what's going on, but I can tell you that I don't believe that that's really how good TCU is. I don't know who else they've really played all I know is I like Kansas at home. If they beat Iowa State at home, I feel like they could win this game outright. I certainly like them to cover, even in this situation where I know TCU does look really good offensively. Max Duggan, another Heisman contender. What a game a week ago. Again, I mean, everybody's having big games against Oklahoma, so we'll see. But I feel like, to me, I like this Kansas team. It's rare that you're going to find somebody picking Kansas. It's few and far between. But, I mean, getting 7 at home, undefeated as well. Leipold obviously is the real deal as a head coach. He was the real deal at Division I AA. He won like 5 national championships. This dude knows how to coach him up. I don't know that he's going to be in Kansas for a whole lot longer. So, I'm guessing that he's the front runner for that Nebraska job. That would be my thought. So, anyway, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I can't bet on Kansas, and I know I should be able to at this point. Right? I just can't do it. But you know what? You forgot something, man. I do have one more bet. I got my best bet. Like, I think you miscounted.
Oh, I think I'm on.
Yeah. So my best bet is Oklahoma this week over Texas. Oklahoma is going to stop. Listen, let me tell people, you've been talking about Oklahoma this whole time. I got to talk about it. Listen, Jason, listen.